everyone, as you can see by the title of this vlog, I'm coming at you with a vlog where I am challenging myself to read 10 books at once. Am I crazy? Yes. Have I established that? Also yes. But I'm going to use that craziness to complete this challenge. So let me tell you the TBR for this challenge. First, I am going to start White Hot Kiss by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This book is about a girl who is also named Layla, because if you didn't know, my name is Layla. And her kiss will literally like suck the soul out of anyone or just like kill them. So this is interesting, and it's also a romance. So I'm interested to see how that will play out. The next book I will be starting is The Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Moniscalco, and I am super excited for this book because I absolutely love Stalky Jack the Ripper, and I didn't even realize when I bought this book that it was the same author until Mel Reeds had brought it up. But yeah, I'm super excited about this. I know that this has demons and twin sisters. One has to like avenge the other's death and things like that. I'm not super sure what the synopsis is, to be completely honest, except vengeance. Book number 3 that I will be starting is Kingdom of Souls by Rena Barron. This I'm super excited for because it is based off of African folklore, and this is about a girl who is the daughter of 2 very powerful witch doctors, but she has no magic. Children start going missing in her village and she has to find the killer, and in order to do that she trades years of her life for an ounce of magic in order to stop him or her. Book number 4 that I will be starting is The Shadows Between Us, which I have been super excited about this book, to be completely honest. This is a romance. I think it might be a fantasy romance, but it is about this girl who plans to marry the king just to kill him and obtain his wealth and power. But obviously, I'm thinking that she falls in love. Number 5. A Batman comic, because I wouldn't be me if I wasn't reading a Batman comic with this challenge. This is a thick comic though, but the art looks amazing. That was a flip fail, but anyway, this is Harley. This follows obviously Harley Quinn's story, and as you can see, whoever the illustrator was did a fantastic job, and whoever did the cover design, I am already in love with them, and I am super excited to start this as well. Book number 5 is Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. All I know about this is that it is about a woman who becomes involved with both sides of a marriage, with the husband and the wife, and that this is a thriller. It's supposed to have a really big twist, and that it has also been turned into a Netflix show, and I want to watch the show after finishing this book. It's not super long. I think it's actually less than 300 pages. So the last 4 books are books that I have already started and that I just want to finish. First, we have The Hating Game, which my sister's dog messed up, and I still haven't gotten another copy. Like, he went to town on this, to be honest, but I'm not going to really explain The Hating Game because you know what it's about by now if you've been watching BookTube videos for a while. But yeah, it is enemies to lovers, and it is good so far. I like the writing style. It kind of reminds me of Sarah Hogel's writing style in You Deserve Each Other. But yeah, and I love how it's about publishing, and I'm going to get another copy of this book so that way I can finish it, because I can't even actually finish it where it's at right now because of this part right here. The 7th book is A Deal with the Elf King. This is Enemies to Lovers. It is about forced marriage between a human and an elf. I haven't gotten to the forced marriage part. I am on page 21, and which means I am on chapter 3, and I am super excited about this book. I love the vibes and I love the maturity that I'm sensing from this main character, and yes. Book number... Oh, that wasn't book number 7. That was book number... I'm gonna stop counting. Next we have Vicious by L.J. Shen. In this book, I am on page 47, and the romance in this book, it gets you hooked like pretty easily because the main characters are such polar opposites, and it's feeling, I don't know, It's feeling kind of toxic, but like interestingly toxic, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I am liking this so far. It is about Amelia and a guy who goes by Vicious, and they do not get along at all. They meet while they're in their teens, and then they meet again 10 years later. So you go back and forth, and you get both perspectives from both of them and from both timelines. So I am loving that. The last book is actually a buddy read with Liz for Booking Out Loud, so I will link her channel down below, and it is The Cruel Prince. This is another enemies to lovers. I am on page 100 of this book. Liz and I check in every 100 pages, and I do want to get further in this book. Of course, I might not be able to finish this specific book because I do have to work with Liz and I have to work with my other schedule, so I don't want to rush through it and try to rush her. So yeah, this might be the one book that I'm not able to finish. I'm gonna try to finish all of these. I'm just gonna, if I have free time, I'm going to be reading in this vlog. So I hope you come along for the ride. Some reading. If it looks like I'm really tired, it's because I am. It is Mother's Day, so I spent some time with my mom today, which was super fun. And I spent some time with my sister and my brother too. My other brother wasn't there, but I love him just as much as everybody else. I took a hard, like 3-hour nap, which I did say if I had free time I'd be reading, so I'm sorry, but I really needed a nap, and sometimes naps have to come first. Basically, I wanted to try my mochi on camera because it would be my first time trying it, and I've seen it a couple times on YouTube, and I am always up for trying new Asian foods, so I thought I'd talk about the books that It's a mess. Oh, let me get a spoon. Anyways, I'm going to talk about all of the books that I've started so far while trying this mochi. It's a mess. Oh my gosh, I was not prepared for this. Why am I wearing black right now? Why? Anyway, so basically, I decided to start focusing on starting all of the books that I have not started yet. So that way I am actually reading 10 books at once, because I can be at least part of the way through all 10 books. So I did do that. So I decided to start with Harleen, the graphic novel, and it is so good so far. I love it so much more than the Joker's edition of this, to be completely honest. I just find this one way more interesting and way more enticing. I have read this much of it, so not too much, because like I said, I did want to get to the other books, and so far you are seeing Harley as she first ran into the Joker. Turns out she ran into the Joker and the Batman fighting. So she hasn't actually met him yet, but it's leading up to there. It foreshadows to a lot happening, and I'm absolutely loving that. Next, I decided to start The Shadows Between Us, and this is super enticing. The main character is not a good person, but honestly, I'm loving that. And I'm like, yes, because I love when they know they're not a good person, that's just how they are, and because usually it's the opposite, but I'm loving this right now, and we've already established she's a murderer, so that is not anything that's a spoiler, because that's the first thing that's established in this book, is that she's a murderer, and she plans to do it again, and I think that this is just so intriguing. The third book that I started was A Kingdom of Souls. This one is interesting. It's more like establishing the world and how the magic is supposed to work, and how that magic is just not coming to her. I haven't been telling you page numbers of what I'm on, but in this one I am on page 10. So I just got through the prologue, and I'm officially on chapter 1 now, but I did read 10 pages. Next, I started Behind Her Eyes, and Behind Her Eyes like starts off with like something's not right in this marriage. Like, what are you doing? So I got to page 10 in this as well because I read the first few chapters. I am on chapter 4 now. And like I said, something is wrong with this marriage, and I don't think it's going to take us too long to find out what that is. Second to last book that I actually started was White Hot Kiss, and let me read you the first sentence of this book. The very first sentence is, "There was a demon in McDonald's." And you heard the woman, there was a demon in McDonald's. I mean, that's all I need right there. Like, screw the romance. The last book that I actually started was Kingdom of the Wicked, and I am on page 2 of this, to be honest, because I was so tired, and this was the last one I needed to start, so I just read like the first page and a little bit of the next page and just took the 3-hour nap that I was talking to you about. And it's interesting so far. I think that it will get more interesting as it goes on. And by she, I mean the author, Carrie Maniscalco, has a very descriptive type of writing style so far, and yeah, I think that it will get better as it goes on. I'm not super interested in this one, but that's just because I got to page 2. That is no fault of the author or the book. And then when I woke up from my nap, I read some more of Vicious, and so now I am on page 54, which is chapter 5. I love these end pages, by the way. But yeah, so I started chapter 5 again. Like, Amelia is not supposed to like Vicious, but she does, and I like that about this book, to be completely honest. He's a douchebag so far. He is not a good person, but honestly, it's kind of funny. Like, if you think about it, because I think we all have certain people in our lives to where they're just douchebags, and like, it's okay. We just keep them around. Popcorn shrimp is ready. Okay, so I've decided that I'm going to, for right now, for the next little bit, I'm thinking that what I'm going to do is first, I'm going to watch like 2 BookTube videos, which are probably going to be like half an hour each. So I'm just going to spend 1 hour taking a break from reading and watching BookTube videos. And then I'm going to turn on some of Mel Reed's reading sprints that she's had in the past, and I'm going to alternate between Vicious and Harleen. So I'm going to alternate between these 2 books. During the time that for the actual sprint that is timed, I'm going to be reading Harleen, and then during the breaks for the said reading sprints, I will be reading Vicious. That way I am reading 2 books, and it's gonna be great. Oh yeah, and this mochi, I'm not showing you the brand or anything because I don't want to get sued, but this mochi, I just don't like the outside of it. It's a texture, like sensory thing for me, but I do like the inside, so I'm gonna rate this a 3 out of 5. Wait a minute. Sorry to keep bothering you, but I just saw that Hannah Elise just uploaded her last week of college classes video, so you best believe I will be watching that as well. It is 10 p.m. and I think I'm gonna wrap things up for the night. I am about halfway through Harleen, and it's still so good. Like, you can see like all of the things that start going wrong, and it's like, oh my gosh, like this is just so interesting. To be honest, it's so interesting, and I love the nuances and the smaller things that I didn't really know until I started reading the comic. And as for Vicious, I am on page 94, which is chapter 8, and this is super interesting. Vicious is still a butthole, and he hates French toast. Who hates French toast? I don't know. But yeah, but him and Amelia do have a very strong bond, like this magnetic bond that is super intriguing. And there is, like, she does have to work for him, which means close proximity trope and as enemies to lovers, my two favorite tropes. Absolutely love it. Well, I also love forced marriage, but that's part of close proximity trope. So anyway, my two favorite tropes are here. So I am super excited about both of these books. I will read more of these tomorrow, but I will also have to focus on the other books because it's not reading 2 books at a time, it's reading 10 books at a time, and I will stick to that. Hello. Right now I found my microphone and my mom gave it to me because actually my sister found it in her room, so you should be able to hear me better. I am on the patio, no worries, nobody is around me right now, which is the only reason I'm not wearing this. Make sure that you wear this for as long as your mask mandate is there. But yeah, it's really nice outside, so I decided I'm going to read out here. I just finished my class. Today was the first day of class. I'm taking music appreciation. I am a music major. But now I am out here and I'm going to read. Obviously, I'm going to keep focusing on these beauties, but I am also going to do some reading for A Deal with the Elf King, as well as The Cruel Prince, because I want to get to page 200 as soon as possible, so that way I'm keeping up with my buddy read, because I haven't even touched this book in like a few days since like before I started this vlog. So yeah, and if you hear the birds chirping, it's just so nice outside. But yeah, so I'm gonna read these 4 books, might do a little journaling, but yeah, that's the plan for right now. And honestly, I think I'm just gonna read with my mask on because it's pollen season and your girl has allergies. So hello everybody, today is actually Friday. Yeah, I last updated on Tuesday. It is my bad, I haven't been the best vlogger, but I have been doing some reading. So let me catch you up on everything. First and foremost, I finished Harleen. Oh my gosh, 5 out of 5 stars. The art is simply amazing. The story is so intriguing and interesting. I mean, look. It's so intriguing, it's so interesting. I loved it so much. I hit myself in the face with the book. We're gonna ignore that. But yeah, and I found out there are 2 more volumes. Yes! Oh my gosh, I can't wait to read them. I absolutely love this. I'm going to read the rest. Start a collection, yes. I'm actually going to give my sister this copy because the one that I ordered that has the 2nd and 3rd volumes, it comes with the 1st volume too, as like a whole package. So yeah, my sister read this and she also rated it a 5 out of 5 and wants to reread it every single day, which is why I'm giving her this copy. The next book that I finished was Vicious by L.J. Shen. This book I'm giving a 3.5 out of 5 stars because it was good, but I just don't have that super duper like strong feeling about the book. But yeah, it was good. As I said, it follows Amelia and Vicious. They are really not supposed to like each other or anything like that, and it's just their love story. And I love the banter in this book. Honestly, it's hilarious. Vicious is such a butthole, like I've said multiple times, but he's a funny type of butthole. And yeah, and there's some other things that I feel were just breezed over in this book that I was like, can we discuss this a little more? But yeah, besides that, I do recommend this as a romance novel. Oh, it gave me Wattpad vibes. That's what I was going to say. This book gives me major Wattpad romance vibes. Don't ask why. Just start reading it and you'll know. The book that I am now working to finish is White Hot Kiss, and when I tell you this has 5-star vibes, it has 5-star vibes. I am literally like halfway through it and I still feel as though it's 5 stars. I'm on page 220 out of nearly 400 pages, and I am simply adoring this. It is hilarious. I was expecting it to be like super serious and everything like that. Sorry, my refrigerator's running. Gotta go catch it. But yeah, that's that sound that you're hearing in the background right now. Anyway, this book is literally hilarious. The banter is everything. Her and Roth, oh, but then also I kind of like Zane. I don't know why, but I like him too. But like, it's just Roth. It's always gonna. It's like it's Roth. It's Roth. Period. Roth. You know who I'm hating? Abbott or Abbott, whoever, however you want to say that. Either way, it's just like, why? Certain situations that she was put in, she never should have been put in. First of all, and so nobody can be mad with the outcome that had occurred, okay? Even though, like, I can't even talk about this book because it's spoilers. Just read it. Oh my gosh, I am in love with this book. Jennifer L. Armentrout's writing is so different in this one than the Blood and Ash series, and I am in love with this book. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. I love the world. I love the friends. I love how it's in our time and it's modern still and everything like that. I feel with a lot of fantasies, it's like historical type of times and castles and everything like that, which is fine. But this is just super new to me. Absolutely love it. Love the story. Love everything. I have also been working on A Deal with the Elf King, and so far this is giving me 4-star vibes, even though I'm only on page 50. But yeah, this is giving me 4-star vibes because it's just like, I don't know, there's something different about this book, like the way the main character is written and her thoughts and everything like that. And I want to see how the romance blooms. I'm not really there yet. Like I said, I'm only on page 50. If there was already a romance, what is a book for, you know? But yeah, so I am getting into where she has to move now to go and live with him, which is obvious. That's something that she had to do because she does have to marry him. Sorry if I'm talking super fast. I talk super fast when I get excited. But yeah, and again, the cover is gorgeous. And the feel of this book, like certain books have like this just right texture. Like, it's so nice. But yeah, page 50. Another book I have been working on that I'm actually super excited for, once I am done with White Hot Kiss, I'm probably going to focus on either A Deal with the Elf King or Behind Her Eyes. I am loving Behind Her Eyes right now. I am on page 50 in this one as well, and it is getting super interesting. I am liking Louise's relationship more with Adele than David so far because David just seems mad sus. Like, they've been alluding to certain things, but also, and I'm also gonna guess, I don't know, I don't think Adele is crazy, but I think that her character is more good and innocent for right now than is actually true. I'm guessing, because like right now David's made out to be the bad guy, but I'm like, it would be a nice twist if Adele was the bad guy, you know? But I do like Adele. Even if she was a bad guy, I'd still be here for it, to be honest. But yeah, Adele and Louise. In this, I really was at the bookstore yesterday and I forgot to get another copy of this book. Oh my gosh, I'm so mad at myself. But I'm happy with what I did buy because, like I said, I bought the Harleen thing, then I bought another book that I'll tell you about probably later. I'm still on page 68. Well, I said still loosely because I did film a catch-up segment for these books before a few days ago, like, so it wouldn't be such a huge gap, but I just couldn't use it. The sound quality was bad. It was bad. I was in a rush. So yeah, I'm on 68 and it's getting spicy. Literally, it's getting spicy in her dreams. If you know, you know. Next is The Cruel Prince. The Cruel Prince is not really my thing. I mean, like, so far, I know it's supposed to be kind of an enemies to lovers, but so far what I've seen from Carden is unacceptable to me. I'm just like, I don't know how he's gonna come back from that. I'd be pleasantly surprised if he could come back from that in my book, but right now it's just like, dude, what are you doing? So yeah, and I don't appreciate the way Jude thinks of her sister Vivian, because I feel as though Vivi is the most realistic character with what they had to go through with their parents being killed and all that stuff. So I'm just like, don't make her out to be a bad guy. She's just realistic. Like, but yeah, so this isn't my favorite, but I'm still gonna read it. The book has potential. It's not awful or anything like that. It has potential, and I do like the amount of ferocity that is in Jude so far. Yes, girl. Next, we have 3 books that I have not gotten too far in. That would be The Shadows Between Us. I actually lost my page in this, but I'm pretty sure I'm on page 10. But I will definitely be reading more of this because I am so intrigued. Like, she is not a good person. The main character is not a good person. She knows. She does not care, and I am here for it. She has a plan. She's going to execute it no matter who. Like, doesn't matter who gets in the way, she's going to execute it. And I'm only on page 10, and I am here for the main character. Next, we have A Kingdom of Souls, which I have not gotten too far into because the beginning just hasn't like snatched me yet. But that's also because I'm literally only read like the pre-book thing, like the prologue, I think. And I'm on page 10 in this book. So it's not the book's fault that I'm not like super interested or anything yet, because I'm only on page 10 and I only read the prologue. But I think that this book has plenty of potential. I love the world building so far and the magic system as well. The last book that I am working on, sorry, this is a long catch up, but it is what it is. Last book that I'm working on is Kingdom of the Wicked, and I am on page 9 with this one. Again, prologue didn't completely snatch me or anything like that, so I didn't like read too much further into it with these 2. But of course, I will continue to read these 2 books because they are a part of this challenge. But yes, so I am on chapter 1 for both of these, page 8, page 10. But yeah, I'm not going to focus too much on them right now. I will still read them because I have to read all these books at once. I don't have to, like, this is my own challenge, but I want to read everything more at once. But first order of business is reading more of White Hot Kiss. Actually, I lied. I wrote down my reading plans earlier today, and I had already gotten further in White Hot Kiss than I needed to last night. I wrote down that for today, my goal was to get to page 150 for White Hot Kiss. I'm on page like 220, so I'm gonna have to put White Hot Kiss on the back burner, unfortunately, because I really want to get to at least page 125 for The Cruel Prince to work on it for my buddy read. And I also want to get to page 100 in Behind Her Eyes. What page am I on? Oh, 50. Yeah. So I want to get to page 100 in this so that way I'm still immersed in multiple stories. But yeah, that's the first order of business. Hello, I am here to wrap up this vlog that I've had a lot of fun with, and I will be making another episode to this because I didn't actually finish all of the books. I'm hoping that next week I will be able to finish all the books, so stay tuned for that vlog that will be coming out next Monday noon. And yeah, I'm thinking about making a series out of this actually, so I'm thinking I'm gonna call this episode 1 part 1. So yeah, but I did finish White Hot Kiss, and this is my new favorite book. This is my new favorite book. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Oh my gosh, it had like it had everything you need in a book. Honestly, it was funny, the plot was good, the romance, chef's kiss, and I honestly love this book so much. I feel so bad at the end, but there are 2 more, count them, 2 more. I am super excited for it. I've never been more excited for a series in my life. But yeah, so I'm just like, woo, I can't wait. But the ending was so sad. I was like, oh my gosh, no, why? She's sucking the happiness out of my soul. That's what Jennifer L. Armentrout is doing. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I love this book. Needless to say, this is a 5 out of 5. And to wrap up the other books that I finished Vicious, which I gave a 3.5 originally, but now I'm thinking it might just be a 3 to a 3.5 either way. And Harleen, which I also gave a 5 out of 5 stars. And like I said, I am hoping to finish the other 7 next week, so it will be a very vigorous reading week, so just make sure you stay tuned for that. And down below, I want you to comment any of your hobbies that you like, and I want you to guess some of my hobbies. Last week, I had you guess my favorite color, which is blue, and tell me your favorite color. So now it's time for hobbies. And link down below, as usual, I will have my Amazon wishlist, Barnes & Noble wishlist, my Instagram for you to follow and DM me over there. And I will also have a few donations that you can make to give others the gift of reading. Like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!